tennis ball thing got me. How are Sniper? Welcome to the podcast. I'm Duncan Hyde. This is Jay Reeve over here. Wearing a different coloured beanie. It's really thrown me. It's not red. It's not black.
Found this.
You can tell?
Yeah.
No.
Fucking hell, I don't know how I lost it.
I actually quite like it. Like it's orange. It's bloody good. Welcome to the podcast. I remind you can subscribe to unlock about over 250 other episodes. These are our Sniper Elite episodes. Best way to support us, get amongst that. There's a link in the episode notes. You can click on that. We've got a guest on today's podcast. Two guests, in fact, who do the best ham and bacon in the country.
Yeah, which is just delicious. Two types of delicious. The winners of the 100% New Zealand Bacon and Ham Awards. Also what it's like to work at a crematorium and what part of the body burns last.
Yeah, that was so hectic. My mate had gastric bypass surgery. I'll talk you through the ins and outs of that.
Do you wash your hands after you piss?
And some bloke does himself an absolute mischief while being a legend and turning chopped down trees into bowls. And that's the first war story. Enjoy the podcast.
Oh, team kit giveaways.
Oh, yes.
Libby Saville, Ash Vibert, and Simon Bruce. Congratulations, Libby Saville, Ash Vibert, and Simon Bruce.
Appreciate your support, team. All Sniper Elite members. Well done.
FYI, this is the mother hecking greatest.
I like that.
Well, I'm okay with it.
That's great.
Just to mix things up, from time to time, I might just mash the keyboard at the start of the episode. And sometimes that's what it feels like it's doing anyway, even though I press the right button.
Can I go first with the war story?
Yeah.
Okay, this one here's all the way from the United States of America. This is from Rickster. G'day, fellas and fellettes and snipers of all ages. I was going to do that in an American accent and realised it'd be really punishing. Rick Carlin here from Iowa, USA. Sorry, this is a long one, but should be worth the read. Rick, next time you write in, can you say, let's call me Rick, because that's my fucking name. I have a strange knack to have weird things happen to me. A lot of the time it's self-inflicted, but sometimes, wow, it's just stupid. I'm in my 50s, Rick Rollin, and do woodworking, which is bowl turning, as my sawdust therapy. Nothing better than going in the shop after a hard day's work and covering yourself with man glitter.
Man glitter for sawdust is amazing. Yes, the old wood butcher with a bit of man glitter.
A bit of man glitter on me.
On his wood.
Shit, that's good. On this day, I was making some plates for a friend out of slices of a tree that they had planted when they were kids, but recently blew down in a storm.
Oh, cool.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, people that get into wood, like wood turning. And
you had all of it. You had the lock, stock, the fucking lot, a whole workshop at your fingertips. Where is it now?
You talking about Granddad's one?
Yes.
I don't know. Imagine our poor family after Grandma carked it having to try and get rid of fucking wood turning lathes that are about 3.5 ton each. Don't know. I actually have no idea. Man. But I also would have had nowhere to put it for the. But what I was getting at is like the people that make that. Yes, it takes longer, and yes, you pay more for it. But fuck, there is something so much more meaningful about picking up, one of those pieces of work than going to fucking Kmart or IKEA. And then going, oh, yeah, look at my side table. Like,
yeah.
Give a fuck.
Yeah, I saw a thing once again. Sorry, Rick, we'll get back to your chat in a second. Grand Designs and this couple that built a place like an hour and a half inland, like basically in the middle of the Southern Alps. You had to do 3 river crossings to get to their site, like full off-grid sort of scenario. Mm-hmm. And he was... anyway, it was down south somewhere anyway, but he made all of the cabinetry and furniture within the house, like beds, tables, chairs, fucking lock, stock, the lot, whilst he was still, because he's an arborist, so he'd chop down these incredible trees or clear these incredible trees, much like what had happened here, and he just kept these slabs, so there are these big purlins that went through the house, which he'd cut, and it was just mega. And I look at that sort of, and they lived in rammed earth home, like it was, the whole joint was really, really sick. They did a great job of it. And I was looking at that and I was like, I know fuck all in terms of, like, I can light a fire, but if I didn't have a cave, as a caveman, I'd be fucked. Like, I can't build anything.
No, you could wear one of those little hats with the bells on the end of it and dance around and tell us stories.
That's exactly what I'd be in medieval times. Playing
Would
a
you
piccolo.
like a story, sir? Care for a yarn?
Can I tell you a joke? What's the difference between jam and marmalade?
Okay, back to the war story.
Sorry.
Quick postage stamp recap.
So basically, he's covered himself in man glitter, which is sawdust. He's making some bowls out of slices of a tree that had blown down that they'd planted as kids.
Great.
Beautiful walnut slabs, except they had been sitting outside for over a year and were spider-webbed with cracks. I've dealt with this before. All I need to do was fill the cracks with CA glue, which is industrial super glue. Then when it dried, it would be solid as a rock and I could turn the plates. One thing about CA is it cures very rapidly and gets super hot when it does. It even kind of smokes.
Cool.
A chemical reaction. Kind of like, I'm guessing that it's kind of...
We got a epoxy two-pack, or whatever you call it.
Two-potter.
Yeah.
This is where the fun started. I sat down on my workbench and started squeezing the CA glue into all the cracks. My back was getting sore, so I pulled the slab off the table and was holding it while I applied the glue. Now, it was a hot summer day here in Iowa, and I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt. This will be important in a minute. So as I'm pouring the glue, I think to myself, I wonder if this slab is hollow since I've poured almost half a fucking bottle into it. Then it hit me. A sharp burning sensation in my groinal region.
Oh, he's poured half a bottle straight down his front. This is going to be so bad.
I thought something had bit me on the dick. Then in a flash, the pain shot down my thighs and pretty much engulfed my naughty parts. You know when time stands still and everything seems to go in slow motion? Well, that's how it started. My mind was running through a checklist of what it could be, of what could be happening. A swarm of wasps. Well, that's actually another story. A crotch fire, aka bushfire. Some sort of testicular seizure. Because you're nuts and they're just fucking... and then there was a moment of clarity and it hit me. Fuck, the glue. Apparently the cracks ran through the entire slab and the CA was running out the bottom, slowly seeping through my shorts. It shifted from slow motion to frantic light speed. I knew I had only seconds before my shorts and I became at one with each other.
This is so... There's going to be no undoing of this.
No.
I don't know how this is going to play out.
That's wash your dick with petrol. I threw the wood slab across the room, jumped up, a new bolt of pain because my shorts were glued to my thighs in the sitting position, which I was.
Oh,
Fuck.
this is unreal.
I quickly pulled the waistband on my shorts to assess the situation, except they only pulled away about halfway down. By the way, did I mention that when the glue cures, it is hot as fuck? It gets smoking fucking hot. Knowing time was short, I grabbed my shorts and underwear and ripped them down. Now, blinding pain is an understatement. For a split second, I thought a lightning bolt had hit me in the nads.
Imagine a lightning bolt to your palms.
My vision blurred, my ears popped, and I thought I could smell bacon. You know when they talk about mothers getting super strength from adrenaline and lifting a car off their kid? Well, that's what fucking happened to me. One quick motion and my shorts and crusters were down at my knees and I was mooning my table saw. When the tears cleared in my eyes, I looked down at my shorts and almost shit. It looked like a carcass of small rats was sleeping in there. Well, the fur anyway. Apparently, and thank God, the glue mainly bonded to the heavy undergrowth of my cock and balls. So in essence, I gave myself a high-speed Brazilian. I do not recommend this. After my heart rate slowed, it was time to assess the damage. When I said it mainly bonded to my lower afro, it was off a little. There were still patches of hair like a chemo patient. But with layers of skin missing, little red dots where the hair and my will to live was torn out of me. The cool part is where it was just on my thighs. It had hardened. Oh no! The cool part is where it was just on my thighs. It hardened like armor. So for a couple of weeks, no chub rub from my thighs rubbing together. Oh yeah, sweet.
Chubby rub.
The bad news is an erection causes a new experience in pain as the wiener skin had been glued in the off mode position. But other than that, sweet as, I've got dozens of dumbass stories that'll make you wonder how the fuck is this guy still alive?
Like when you hold a pool noodle.
Yeah.
Standing up.
Rexter, cheers, mate.
Oh, gosh. I thought that was actually, to be honest, I thought it was going to be worse.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to get like the maddest chemical burn, but nah, bro. Lucky.
Hey fellas, let's make Jay puke his guts up. This is not for radio.
Just before we get into that, the next bit that we're going to, I had an interesting. It was a weird experience where going to the bathroom, men's urinal. If you're a fella, you understand this. You had a men's
Did you
urinal.
piss someone's dick again?
No, I didn't piss someone's dick again, and I haven't done it before to do it again.
I know, someone pissed your dick.
Someone pissed my dick for me. But I was going into the bathroom and was walking into the bathroom with this bloke, and when we went past the taps, he stopped and washed his hands before we went to the urinal. And so I was like having a piss, and he was washing his hands, and then he came over and started having a piss. I was like, what are you doing?
He touched the door handle. That'll be why.
No, and so I was like, went and washed my hands afterwards, and then he just walked straight out without washing his hands. And I was like, do you not wash your fucking hands after you have a piss? And he goes, I don't know about your cock, but mine is fucking squeaky clean because I wash my hands beforehand. So all the grubby shit that you're touching, handrails, door handles, all the shit, then you go and put those grubby hands on your clean dick, and that makes it grubby. And then you go and wash your hands, and so you've got the whole system the wrong way round. Because your dick is clean.
Hard out, you do it at both ends. Because, newsflash, piss ain't clean.
Well, it kind of is.
It's a waste byproduct from your body. It's
but
all
do you
the
just piss all over your own dick though? How pissy is your dick?
Yeah, but it's in and around there.
It's not
that
in
pissy.
and around there. It's
What about a bit of dribblage?
Well, mate, I've got an anteater's hood, so it just fucking holds a whole lot in there. It's like a water balloon. It's like kind of one. It's like
filled up.
It's like a single bunch-o balloons, just a single-o balloon. But if you,
I've never seen someone wash their hands going.
Neither. I'm 42 years old.
Admittedly, I have thought about sometimes when I go in through that door down there, and just weirdly my eye will catch the bit of grease where everyone's hand hits the door,
and that's going on your dick.
And so then, when I go to push the door, I'll slide it up a bit higher so I'm not getting as much grease. So I'm going in a less well-trodden, but I still won't wash my hands and go in there. I'm like, fuck it, whatever. Put my dick in worse places. Am I right?
You'll put your dick in worse places than greasy doors.
Do you want to know a name?
Oh.
I'm only joking, guys. Come on. This was podcast about joking. This is a joke. Her name was Trish. Trough monster Trish, actually. I am only joking. Calm down. I don't even know anybody called Trish.
Oh, fucking hell. I just find it not Trough Monster Trish. Trough Monster Tracy. I just find it hilarious.
But
I mean, it's a very interesting concept.
No, like, let's say you go into the subway in London.
Yeah.
And, there's millions of people that go through that joint every week.
Totally.
I think I probably would wash my hands before I go.
Yeah, I mean, just if you were to, like, when you say it out loud, you're like, what a grub, what? But
it makes a bit of sense.
It makes more sense
to wash it both ends.
Not even wash it both ends, because if you start,
do you not wash your bum hole?
Well, I do wash my bum hole, but if you were to say, for example, if your day looks like you get up in the morning, you have a shower, you are sparkling clean, new set of hutters go on, and everything down there is fucking pristine. It is absolutely tip fucking top. Then you go to the bar, you do your shit, whatever, type on your computers, open a million door handles, in and out of a car, fuck, whatever it is. And then you go and touch your todger with those grubby fucking mitts. Then, at that point, it's been tainted. So, if you clean your hands beforehand...
But doesn't your dick get sweaty?
In the summer it would a bit.
Yeah, so then it's already dirty.
Balls get sweaty.
Sweat's
just salt and water in it.
What's piss? Excessive salts and water.
All the aids from your body that your kidneys have filtered out.
I think that maybe...
I think there's some...
There's merit to it.
There's merit in it, but he's fucked it up. What's his name? Okay, not going to tell me.
Brad the boss.
Well... You're just saying that because it's an easy, Well, I won't. I'll play the game of not naming people. Mainly because I didn't actually ask him if I could talk about this, so I won't name him. But last night when I saw a mate and he just had a gastric bypass surgery, eh?
Yeah. How big was he before, like in terms of kilos?
So he's probably 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
And at his peak was 190.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
So what's that? Hang on. What's that? So anybody that's running a pound situation,
Stones.
well, it's that also
190
makes
kg.
no sense to me.
190 kg in stones would be 29 stone.
29 stone. What's it in pounds?
Okay, very good audience. We'll look after
Yeah.
you. 418. Bearing in mind, biggest UFC fighter, they 220, 230, something like that. That's where heavyweight starts. I think. Oh, no, sorry, 245. So yeah, big rig, and I've known him for 20 plus years, and he's always been kind of big. But it's so funny because they put you on the shakes, and there's a couple of reasons why. Because he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe about 5 keyhole incisions. And essentially the process is you have to see all these psychiatrists and all the rest of it. He went private, which is $24,000, or maybe a bit less, bit more. I forget what he said. Around there. And they make you go on these shakes, and then for like 3 weeks, and it's nothing but those shakes. And the similar ones to what I've been having. I think it's called Opti something though. And
OptiFast.
The reason why they do that is because a lot of people that are going to get this done will be smashing heaps of sugar or whatever, and your pancreas and your liver can double in size when you're buffing heaps of sugar.
Wow.
And so your pancreas and your liver is in front of your stomach. So when they go to operate, like, yes, it's easier if you're a bit skinnier, and yes, they want to see if you can lose weight and it's going to be worth it. But if you're paying private, then do they really give a fuck about that? Don't know. But so then your pancreas and your liver will half in size because you've been given it 0 sugar, and then you're also in ketosis during that time too. So your body's just burning fat. Like he was 12 kg in 3 weeks or something like that.
Wow.
Which, like, for something like me, I'd be like, whew, job done. I'm fucking ripped again. But for him, he would just feel like a drop in the ocean. He's like, man, and that's when people that are really fat get put off by how long it takes to lose weight, because they've lost an enormous amount, but they still have so much to go. Anyway, so the doc was very happy with him, like his liver and pancreas had massively reduced. They get you to exercise in that time too and stuff. And then the reason why they do it is because it sits right in front of the stomach, and then they need to get to the stomach through the keyholes. They use the ones on the side to push the stomach across, and they've got a slightly longer incision on the other side, and then they push the stomach out through the incision and yank the whole thing out, and then they cut 80% of your stomach out and completely just fucking chuck it in the bin. His was 39 centimeters long.
Fuck.
Which is, when you hold your fingers up, like it's
My dick times 39. Yeah. Can only imagine.
Oh shit! So, and then they sew your last 20% of your stomach back and hook it all back up or whatever. And he'll, I think he's going back to work in 3 weeks, so the recovery's not too bad. He was pretty sore, but I yarned to him for a couple of hours last night. And they reckon in a year's time, he would have lost about 40 or 50 kilos, and from 190 will be down to, there was 190 at his biggest. I think he'd be about 110, 120.
Which I'm 110. I'm basically 110.
Yeah, which is so, he's already looking skinny now. It's real out of it. And so his joints and stuff, like imagine not carrying around basically you on top of you. Like imagine how hard that would be. He's a high energy guy anyway. Like he'll play fucking an hour and a half of squash. When I was younger, he'd play 1.5 games of rugby and stuff. So it's just going to be, it's going to be out of it. I can't wait to see how the journey rolls out for him. They reckon he'll add another 10 years to his life as well.
Is he going to end up looking like a Shar-Pei though? Because that's generally what
Probably.
happens.
Yeah, but that surgery is way more expensive.
Yeah.
But he's quite, he'll hold it quite well, I think. He's what you call big boned. I
had a friend who had the same thing. Just was from money, so basically.
Oh, by the way, as well, so he's basically, after you have it done, if you're thinking about getting it done but you love alcohol, where the 20% of your stomach that is there, basically you'll drink a beer, it goes straight in there, and the top part of your intestines just sucks the sugar out of alcoholic drinks really fast. So by drinking alcohol, you can completely fuck the whole thing up. Like you can have a couple from every now and then, but it's like turbocharges sucking sugar into your bloodstream. So basically, I mean, fuck, you get to our age and it's probably not the worst thing in the world to have a bit of a break.
Yeah, I think we've drunk enough. A mate of mine that got his one done, he had all this excessive skin left over, and so he went on a full body tuck basically. So they ring bark you, like just fucking one big circle around there, and they just pull it straight down. They put a new belly button on him, and they took out a chunk which would have been probably fucking half a foot right the way around him, and then they did the same thing with his legs, cut down the inside of his legs, fucking pulled them all in on the inside, arms pulled them all on the insides, straight down the sides of him, pulled that in as well. And he said the weirdest part, and it's the same when my wife had a C-section, is when the connection pieces are going back, when you can start to feel lymphatic drainage going back through your skin, because it's not lined up with all of the pathways that it used to be.
How fucking painful would the recovery on that be?
Yeah, pretty crazy. And I know a chick who's had it done too, and she is a big bopper. And she looks amazing.
You'd want the scarring to be round lower than where you wear your pants. You wouldn't want your pants rubbing on the scarring all day, would you?
Well, that's where it normally is, sort of along the top of your undie band line or your bikini line.
Fucking power to you. I mean, sometimes people need, and it's easy for skinny people to be like, oh, I just fucking stop eating or whatever, but this is like years and years and years of learnt behaviour.
Yeah.
And sometimes people need shit like that to have a hard reset.
I saw a great series on Discovery once where somebody that was morbidly obese donated their body to science, and this it was fucking wild. So this guy who was the doctor basically froze this person and then took them in segments. So basically took 1 inch thick slices of them and basically ran them down like a fucking mezzaluna bandsaw. And so and then he would, like, they'd come out as a slab, like frozen solid, and then go boom and flop them. So fucking bone everything.
Yeah.
And he'd wipe it with water, and then the water would freeze clear, and then you could see it perfectly what was inside the person. He's like, and if you're a person that eats a lot, or drinks a lot of piss, you know those people that look like they've just swallowed a fucking chili bin and it's just sitting there? Yeah. So when you're piling piss into yourself and your liver can't handle it, it's like, imagine a conveyor belt and there's only one person stacking the pallet at the end to move it all away. And
the
they
shopping trolley, and it just gets full, and
they
then
just get overwhelmed, and it just gets fucking pushed to the side and just cannot be used again. Can't be burnt up, so it just starts stacking. Like the layer of fat around this guy's organs was unreal. It just packs all around them.
Amazing how your organs can still work, like when they're just. It'd be like being at the bottom of an old school haystack.
Yeah,
you know, in the schoolyard when all your mates jump on top of you, and then you're like at the bottom, like
it's hard for your body to work like that too. Yeah. Really hard. But it was the way it's literally like one of those portable mills that you see out on farms that are just cutting fucking slabs off a whole tree.
We've talked about it heaps before, but the body museum or whatever that goes around the world, that's fucking all that shit. It's hectic.
Yeah.
So they just put in formaldehyde or whatever. Like you can stand there and like
flick through them
and just look. It's crazy. On that subject, we're just going to take not a quick break, but we just had a couple of lads in earlier today who picked up the best ham and also the best bacon awards.
How the fuck is that related?
Well, you cut a pig up with a bandsaw, don't you?
Sorry. I was looking for the link. I was like, what?
Fat things chopped up. we had pork belly. That's where streaky bacon's made from.
Oh,
you
it's
could make
delicious.
an excellent bacon out of a human like that, couldn't you? Anywho.
You know that so completely aside again, but there's a thing called Iberico ham, which is a specific black pig in Spain that basically lives exclusively on acorns, underneath acorn groves, and it's delicious. So you buy these Iberico ham legs, and they're fucking like melt in your mouth stuff, and you cut the fat on them, and you can rub it into your hands, and it dissolves, and they use it as like a moisturizer and rub it across their face. That's how clean it is, and it's got an acorn scent.
People.
Yeah.
See what he got for Father's Day, was it? We fucking
no, but they come
set, hand rub.
They set them up in these amazing legs, these amazing sort of brackets in which they cut them in, and they cut them so thin that you can see the knife going through it. It's like wafer thin.
That's cool. So we had them in, and we chat about the pie that we ended up making, which is just exceptional, but just nice to pull the curtain back on what it is that your local butcher does. In a world where not as many people are going to local butchers, and Jay talks about it in the chat as well, just as to why we actually should. It's far nicer putting money in their back pocket than the big boys, isn't it?
Do you suffer from premature ejaculation? Use Jay and Dunc on Not For Radio.
Special guest is Not For Radio today. This will also go on the Rock Drive show as well. Couple of blokes that are huge fans of all things pork, bacon, ham, you beauty, and last night a special awards on in Auckland.
Yeah. It was the 100% New Zealand Bacon and Ham Awards.
Yeah, nailed it.
And we've got the two winners named Bacon and Ham. No, actually, George from down Hawke's Bay F&A. Thanks for joining us, mate. You took out the ham. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, it was a bloody fantastic night, mate. It was
Get a little bit closer to that little glass barbie away from the microphone. There you go, mate. Yeah. And do you come to the Big Smoke very often?
Oh, only for awards, mate. Only for awards.
You've won a few over the years now, right?
Yep. No, so the first year we entered was 2023 and got Supreme Bacon, Supreme Ham. So that was a bit of blew my mind a little bit.
Shit, you've really hit the top of the Everest there, haven't you?
Yeah.
She's a downhill slide from that point on.
Sadly, yeah. So the next year we got a silver. So I was a little bit upset about that, to be honest, because you fall so far.
Yeah.
But then and we've done quite well in the sausage comps as well. We've got elite golds and that there. And then this year we done really well. Got a heap of medals last night, and then took out the Supreme for the ham. So
amazing.
The pressed ham too. The pressed ham too. So I think that everybody that listens to Not For Radio podcast will be familiar with the term pressed ham. Is literally just a brown eye on glass. Is that and you've never heard of it?
No, I've never heard of it.
Well, he didn't win an award for that last night, Jake. Can we just clarify that? Now, can you? What makes ham? Can you explain the process?
So ham is when you get a piece of pork, you cure it in some way, shape or form, whether it be with salts or nitrates and salts and a sweetener, so you get sugars or honeys. And then so you inject it or soak it, stays in the brine, comes out of the brine.
For how long?
About 3 or 4 days,
okay.
Sometimes a week. Comes out, we let it dry. After it's dried, we put it in the smoker, get a nice good smoke. That's where all that flavour comes from. Then after it's been smoked, if it's a cooked on the bone ham, you just put it in a cooker and cook it like a whole leg you have at Christmas. Mm-hmm. Or we do the shoulder, press shoulders. So we get the shoulder, we skin it, put it in a steel press, or a stainless steel press, put it in the cooker, and we just sort of poach it at 70 degrees. Once it's all cooked, it comes out, we crank the press down, which seals all that juice in, all that natural.
So the press can't leak. That's like a sealed unit.
Yeah. Can't leak. So that holds in all that flavour.
Yeah.
It's so good. So, and I think that's the sort of secret. Like you've got all that nice juicy ham flavour, and it gets locked in there.
Yeah, nice.
Along with the connective tissue and all the gelatinous materials that make up the front wheels of a pig.
Yes, all the good parts. Even that pressed hams has got the Scotch fillet, like the whole Scotch fillet. We don't take it out and sell it for another cut or anything. It's got anyone that's into the barbecuing, it's effectively the pork butt. Yeah. So the famous smoking meat pork butt, we turn that into a ham, and that's why it's so good.
Man, this would be from Sam's Butchers up on the coast there. You're just the glory pig for this whole thing, aren't you? So you are the media face of Sam's Butchery in Silverdale, and your dad is the brains behind it. You're the brawn. Just you're a big bit of kit too. Obviously, just meat fed from the beginning.
Just protein. Just every meal.
Slightly disappointed. Like when I think of a butcher, I just think of a massive pot belly, just. No chin, just like a full schneck sort of scenario, looking like Horace Greeley off Captain Planet from back in the day. You guys, a couple of trim fellas that look like you can lace up and go and play footy.
Oh well, yeah. I'd say I'm wholly grass fed, so. But yeah, very very privileged to grow up with Dad being the butcher. We always got quality meats, so. But yeah, I'm really just like you said, the glory pig. In celebration of pork. But
your old man started being a butcher at 12.
Yeah, 12, 13. He sadly lost his dad. Ended up, having to take on a bit of responsibility at home in Malaysia. And then from there, it's all he's known, and he turned what was work into a passion project. With him, sort of realizing he was onto something with the maple cure back in 2009. It was just a flow-on effect. Being the first immigrant to ever win the Bacon of the Year award. So represent. So really cool. I was obviously born and raised here in Aotearoa, so very privileged. But to be able to see Dad accomplish what he accomplished through all of his hardships, that's priceless.
So siblings for you?
Siblings, yeah.
What have you got?
Older brother, older sister, both killing it as well. So
are they in the business?
It is a family affair. They have been involved at some point in time.
Yeah.
Growing up, I grew up in a butchery, so we whether it was just selling at retail in the back using the vac packs, or man, those
that's
things,
work of the bitch. That is the work of the bitch. The vac pack.
That is the. I was the. You array the bacon. You slide it into the pack. You flip it over so it's in a nice straight line, and then you wait 1 minute for everything to seal, and then you pass it on.
How much faster have they got these days?
Oh, it's ridiculous, George.
They do get faster. I was meant to be picking up a double chamber one on the way home to speed up production, and hopefully just start pumping out some more bacon and things.
Because off the back of this, like you've both won before. Do you notice a spike in terms of like these awards carry some prestige? It's not like the fish and chip shop signs that you see. It's like best fish and chips, 87, still out on the glass, 2025. Do you have them ranked up in the stores for customers to see? And I guess because the relationship that people have with their butchers, there's like a sense of local pride when you're, like Dunc was just saying it before, he's moving up your way, up towards Silverdale.
I'm so excited.
So this is. I was
moving up there for the beaches, now I'm moving up there for the bacon.
Yeah. And the same in Hawke's Bay, like you've got a very strong following. You came through, I guess, probably the tutelage of Beardy, who's a great man. You bought the business out. Did you work as an apprentice for him, or did you?
No, I did my apprenticeship in another butchery.
Yeah,
and then so I moved up, started working for him. Did about 5 years for him, and then got the crack to be able to buy the place. And in that time, he sort of just let me just sort of take it all on and really grow the wild game side and start pushing what we do there. Just sort of took full control of that and just grew it and grew it and grew it. So now it's just a monster to keep up with. So it's good.
Explain that side of the business.
So wild game processing. So like it used to be wild game salamis. When Rob started the business, it was just pretty much processing meat for the hunters. We sort of rebranded it to just wild game because we now do all your farm kill processing. We do all your work for your hunters. Like 40% of our business would be processing for the hunters, 40% would be for farmers, and then 20% is retail. So retail is quite small, but we've got great products. So this competition's been great because you can't sell a secret, and when you've got a little shop, little frontage, and no one knows it's there apart from your small clientele base. But this really shines a light on what we do. It shines a light on the whole industry, the pig farmers. It's all a New Zealand run competition, so it's really good. So
let's say this coming Sunday. Back to what Jay CB asked before. This coming Sunday, how much busy do you expect it to be compared to a normal Sunday? You first, George. George.
That can work. So a farmers market on this Sunday in Hastings. Is one of the great ones, and it'll just absolutely go off. We'll take bacon and the hams down there, and we'll be people queuing up.
Sick.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
And I guess same for you as well, because you've made it part of the family business for your wife.
Yes, yep. So my wife runs the Howick Village Market.
Yeah.
And so we have, recurring customers. They always come down Saturday morning, get their bacon prepped for Sunday morning, or whether it's on the Saturday as well. We have an array of meats, but of course bacon is one of the fan favorites. So with us having a really strong community up in Silverdale and also a really strong community in Howick, they would have 100% seen that and come to support the newly celebrated bacon that we can put up on the awards wall.
Just like you guys are young, because how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
29.
Yeah, so you yourself
Just in 30, yeah.
Yeah, so this, I mean, you would be seen as relatively young bucks within the game as well. And I think that what a lot of people don't particularly, I mean, this is an international audience listening to this, but I think what's the percentage of New Zealand pork that goes into our, I could be right in saying it's around 20% or something. For the most part, like our pork industry, they import it. So the New Zealand pork that we have, the product that you put into your stores, the product that you put your blood, sweat and tears into, is infinitely better than anything that is imported in. And that's what goes into supermarkets. And I understand supermarkets have their place, but if you care about anything, then you should get it from the source, from the people that actually know what they're talking about, which is why these awards in particular are so important to not only shine a light on the work that you do, but our producers as well, like the people that are putting in the hard yards to produce our New Zealand pork, 100% New Zealand pork, because like someone will know the stats on it. Do you know what the percentage is that's imported? It's way more than half.
Like
it's
60
60%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the animals, once again, nothing against that industry, but those animals that are brought in aren't held to the same standard as our New Zealand pig farmers. Like
that's a big part of it. That's a big issue, really.
Yeah, and they have these massive standards which they need to maintain, which they set upon themselves because they care about animal welfare, the food that goes into the pigs, because that food ends up in us. Whereas outside of that,
the Wild West.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Yeah. So a tip of the hat to both yourselves and the producers of that pork as well. Are there any young other young people coming through the industry that you can go, oh, these are people that have got the ticker? Because you could be the last of a generation of people that know what hard work in a butchery looks like.
Yeah, there was a couple. I mean, just at the awards yesterday. I've been at the awards for a long time because Dad's been doing it since 2009. But to see a bunch of these new butcheries that are coming up obviously shows that butchery is not a dying trade, which you kind of did start to think, with supermarkets growing so at an exponential rate, is that like the sort of end of quality meats? But to see all these young and upcoming, and there was over 600 entrants at the awards yesterday. So to see all of those people enter these up and coming butcheries, from the top of my head, I know Westmere, awesome butchery. There was Aussie Butcher in New Lynn, awesome butchery, and there's still a bunch of young guns coming through who are really taking pride in their cuts and the type of meat that they're able to deliver for their butchery. So it's really cool to see. It's that it's still alive and well in the industry.
How hungover are you?
Me, yep.
Give us an out of 10.
When I woke up this morning, it was a 10. 4 coffees later, mate, we're good to go.
And you guys had to do breakfast TV this morning as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been at the back of my mind when I was punching frothies late last night.
You get to that point, though, in an awards evening where you're like, if I go to sleep now, I'm going to wake up hungover. So the only other option is just to keep on steaming.
That is just you, Jay. That is just you. Other people would think about the breakfast TV appointment. They have to make it 6:30.
Well, I missed my Uber Eats, so I fell asleep. And that's why I've got the missed calls from 3:30 this morning.
Hey, good for that person to have a good feed in the Uber, though. Keep them going for the rest of the night.
So you figured it out. Who was calling you?
Yeah, it was Uber Eats.
It was Uber Eats.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, how much, like, for example, if I let the Sam's Butcher in Silverdale die down, if I go in like 2-3 weeks, can I buy like 50 kg of bacon in one go? Or is that just going to be a nightmare for you guys to deal with?
What's the max that you can get? I mean, anybody can come to you and put an order in ahead of time. Like, you can't just turn up on the spot and just thump 50 kilos of bacon, can you?
Yeah, well, I think it would depend on what we have available in the cabinets. But, if you put in an order well ahead of time, I mean, if 50 kgs of bacon is what you want, we'd have to probably put an influx of pigs to come through the shop.
How many pigs would need to die for that?
George, you'd know.
Well, it depends on what cut, but like shoulders will average sort of 8 kilos.
Yeah.
Middles are bone in 8 kilos. So
We
you know,
might be
well,
able to
we
close
got-
to
we
10
got-
animals.
you
I
You know,
like
we
that.
got, and nobody gives a shit about that. Everyone wants the streaky. Everyone
Yeah,
wants what
everyone
used
wants
to
the
be.
streaky.
Everyone wants what used to be a waist cut pork belly. Just mince it up, whatever.
But
Is
thick
now.
cut, streaky, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
gotta be thick cut.
You got that. That's the what? I mean, what sort of mill are we talking there? What is the?
Yeah, so I mean, if you think about other, I don't want to call out any brands, but you know, if you think about other bacons with the streaky, you put it on the pan and it honestly just shrivels up.
You had
straight away.
500 grams and you serve up 100.
Yeah, exactly. And so no, you're kind of looking at something that's 20 to 30 mils thick, and this is straight from the pork belly, And again, touching on the quality of the meat, we get ours from NZ Pork. So shout out to Brent, he does a great job with his with the staff and the pigs over there. So when they do come in, making sure that they have a good amount of fat on them. It's streaky bacon. You want it to be fat, you love the quality of the fat on them, and then from there, that's when the whole curing process starts. And
So it goes from 20 mil the cut, and then it shrinks down to what is the
Yeah,
thickness in
well,
which you cook it at.
Yeah, and so what we
Sheepers.
actually
Wow,
do,
that's like a
is-
freaking inch.
Yeah. Well, you guys had some earlier, right? It
Yeah.
was
So that started as 20 mil.
yeah.
Wow.
So it's actually a really good way for us to be able to say the quality of the cut stays the same.
Does that say Dad?
It does
So
say Dad.
Go pick him up.
Is it-
So we'll get him on.
Oh no, I reckon he's listening. I reckon he's out. He's just hung up. He's not a man of many words, I tell you. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't know that was the process either. That you
Yeah.
cut it that thick.
Yeah.
Then when it goes through the process, it basically reduces in thickness.
So
to the point-
it's a lot of meat that goes into bacon.
Because there was no shrinkage at all on your bacon. Like it didn't. It looked exactly the same cooked as it did when it came in the package.
Yeah, and you think about one of the main reasons why we won is because of that of it remaining shape, and also the flavors of it, which were very natural. There was a hint of maple, but when you tend to add a lot of cure into these bacons, some people just don't like them. Some people don't like the extra preservatives. Some people don't like all of the extra things that go into the bacon. So having just a hint of maple, the salts, the pepper, and the quality of that good cut meat is the reason why we took out the Supreme Award.
And well done, by the way, can I just say, any day that we can have guests on our podcast to talk about bacon for 20 minutes is just a fucking great day. Can we just wrap it up with chatting about our stupid idea that we had on the radio show a couple of days back about the pies that we wanted to do? And part of me felt like a little bit bad, like your bacon and the ham is that good that it's obviously good enough to be eaten by itself. But then
I ate the bacon raw. I ate the bacon cooked by itself. I ate the ham by itself. I had it at 3 different temperatures, and then we pied them.
Talk us through the
Yeah.
pie, because
So-
the pie maker was called a Breville. I think it's quick and easy. Does 8 mini pies at once. No trimming of the pastry. Everyone loved it. Everyone's a big fan of it. But the pies,
Yeah. Did we knocked up a 3 cheese bechamel with like a real heavy cracked pepper in it as well, which I think Jordan had a good point. If we were to maybe park the cheese back a little bit, use bacon fat as the base as opposed to the amount of butter and flour that we put into it. But personally, found them fucking delicious.
So they were pretty good. It's just getting picky, It's just getting picky. Like for our competition, bacon and cheese.
you
pie.
mark my words. I said, we'll put the word out there today on the radio show, and then obviously this is going out on the podcast as well. But there'll be an entry that is a bacon and cheese pie at next year's Pie Awards. They're on Tuesday night, so they won't be able to turn them around fast enough. They've probably already done the tasting, but that was a frigging game changer. That was 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I
That was
thoroughly
a
enjoyed
hack
it.
job from a couple of mugs.
Yeah, got a little carried away. Ate it rather quickly, blistered the top half of my mouth.
So now I'm eating through the blisters, which is very difficult. Still tasty.
Yeah. We're all struggling a little bit. I can feel it in my tongue and my mouth too.
It's a hell of a handbrake having 4 of those, but they're bloody tasty.
Yeah. Once again, fellas, thanks for coming in first and foremost. Congratulations to yourselves and to your team, and obviously the old boy. What a weapon! Like the generational game of butchery is just something really, really special. We've got a good friend of the show, a great footy player, Sir John Kerwin. So he was an apprentice butcher first and foremost. His old man was a butcher. He was heading down the road of butchery before he made the ABs. And so people that appreciate the craft, and I do, Dunk does. It's just so special, and I couldn't encourage you enough to have a relationship with your butcher. Go and get a relationship with your butcher. You don't have to have sex with him. It's optional. But at least know what's in the cabinets, all right? Thanks a lot, fellas. Travel safe back to Hawke's Bay. Travel safe back. It's probably going to take the same amount of time to get up to.
I reckon you'll be through your front door before you will be.
You'll be home before you get back to Silverdale around east.
Nice work, lads. Good luck with the hangovers.
Awesome.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Hello, champions. You are listening to Not For Radio.
We should release that pie.
Oh, yeah. It was delicious. It really, I don't reckon, but
I had 5 of them.
What did you think of it?
It was delicious, but my taste buds are burnt.
The same.
The sauce was too hot in that that pie maker cooker thing. Holy heck.
Breville, quick and easy pie maker. Do yourself a favour. Give one of them a googs. 8 mini pies at once. No wastage on the pastry. Fucking, what did we crank out? That would have been 24 pies.
Yeah, in 10 minutes.
Yeah, epic. Just quickly, I want to read this out. Morning, Dunk. Been a listener of The Rock for a while now, but recently started listening to the Not For Radio podcast from the UK, and I'm currently working my way through the Not For Radio podcast. Absolutely brilliant work. Currently up to episode 155, way back in October 2023. The one where you guys...
Have we been doing it for that fucking long?
They would have been right after we first started it, I reckon.
We started in 2022, and then we had a hiatus in 2023 from about February or April, and then came back up just before Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that must be October 2023. Must be when we came back. The one where you guys were discussing the coolest things you own. Thought you might like to see what I acquired. It's an original Rolls-Royce Merlin crankshaft that I've since turned into a lamp. Done a little bit of digging in, and so far it's linked to a tank during World War II.
Sick.
I love
Have you got a picture of it?
No. I love seeing repurposed things.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all seen a crankshaft before, but again, it's a
Very
piece,
cool.
It's a piece of the story, like we were talking about earlier.
Attention, snipers! Gear up and hold your positions. It's time to load up some war stories. Your tales from the front line, brought to life. Prepare to fire.
Nice short one for you, and then we'll select the winner, and that'll be us for today. That's from Mark Irvine. Hey fellas, I'm still catching up on the potty and just heard the one about the stiffs going boing and the cremators.
So if you missed that, there was the catalyst for these stories was first and foremost, there's a person that got jammed into a cremation burner, whatever, the cremation centre.
A big fat fuck in America, and the place burnt down because he just kept on cooking.
It was like a fat fire, just too much fucking grease there, and he just set the place alight.
And then we're also talking about the fact there's like a thing that happens when you're cooking a human is they will be sitting there and then they can sit up
because all the ligaments and
they start
tendons.
to pull and then they'll let go again. They sit back down, which can be quite alarming if you work at one, I'd imagine.
Are you looking through the glass at them?
Yeah, you probably look a few times.
Challenging wank.
That's the worst thing you've ever said. I'm going to pretend it didn't happen. So I thought I'd send my story about working at a crematorium. Let's see if he's as crook as Jay. Many revolutions of the sun ago, we lived down south. I worked for a company who did maintenance at the local crematorium. I won't say where in case people get upset. Yes. We were there this one day to repair the grinder. A horrible job, that one. I don't know if you've played with many dead bodies' ashes, but they are very, very waxy. Anywho, I was carrying my tools past the two cremators when old John curses, for fuck's sake. So I stop and I watch him grab his tongs, open one of the cremators, open the flap at the bottom of the other cremator, then grabbed a smoking ball the size of a tennis ball from the hatch and then throw it into the other one. He then, he's taken part of a dead body from one, he's just thrown it in the other one. Then he shuts the doors and just carries on. I ask him what just happened, and he informed me that sometimes when you slide a big stiffy in, sometimes I don't slide far enough in. So when everything burns up, the slowest part to burn is the brain.
Holy fuck.
Sometimes when everything else burns around it, the smouldering brain will just roll down the cavity to the burner, which is what I had just witnessed. Sometimes poor buggers went upstairs with no brain. while the lucky bugger next door got twice as smart. If you thought that working on a bone grinder was a shit job, spare a thought for the poor brickie that would have to slide headfirst into the cremators to fix the chimney. That bastard was about 6'3" and built like a brick shit house. Anyway, keep up the good work.
Fuck.
Oh, the tennis ball thing got me.
Oh.
Ceasefire, snipers! Today's top marksman has been selected. The war story of the day goes to...
Oh, man, I don't mind mine, eh?
Yeah, I think...
boy. That's just an incredible
I
insight.
never knew that which would make sense because it's encapsulated with a skull.
Yeah.
So that means
that'll burn first.
Yeah, there's a bit to get through
It's
there.
the thickest bone in the body, isn't it? The forehead.
And then it's obviously carrying probably quite a bit of moisture, and it's just...
He just tongued it from one to the other. That is out the gate behaviour. I guess you're done. You cooked 10,000 people. You wouldn't really care anymore, would you?
Once there was a couple made a pact to no longer live and jumped in front of a train. And
what a shit way to do it.
Yeah, and a guy I know who was very early on in his career in the services that were attending it was basically tasked with bagging up the remains. And so he went through and he was like, oh shit, I don't know fucking what goes where. It was a horrendous sight anyway. So bagged it all up and then kind of got to the other bag and there wasn't a hell of a lot of stuff in it. So anyway, when the supervisor came along, he's like, hey, you getting on? He's like, yep, I've got these, I've got them in both and whatever it was. And there's a lot of, the body weight drops significantly when all the liquid and stuff's all gone out of it. And there's a bit of stuff that was all pretty mashed up and so it stayed on the tracks for the seagulls or fucking whatever was going to pick it off. Anyway, so he turns up and he's like, one of them's pretty full, one of them's not. And the guy that is worth picked up both bags like he was weighing fucking apples and goes, and then put them down and scooped one out of the other and goes, till he got them about even. He goes, that'll do.
That shit's got to happen.
Yeah, and he was like, how desensitized, like he's an older guy, like in his fucking late 50s, 60s, he's like, he would have done this 1,000 times and it was literally just another day at the office for him where it rattled him. He goes, I'll never forget him. You could see him calculating like a set of human scales going, yeah, no, a bit more on this one. Oh, probably a bit too much, but back.
Jeez, Maybe somebody listening to this having a good old laugh at a crematorium, be like, it's not even that bad, you pussies. And on that note, thank you very much for listening to the podcast. Huge announcement on Monday, I believe, Teagues. We'll be able to good to go on Monday. And this will be available for Sniper Elite members only, which are the people that are paying less than a beer a month to unlock the 250 episodes, also get the Mad Friend stuff as well. So there's a link if you want to do that and you want to get on board nice and early. This is 100% will be the biggest prize that we've given away so far. And you can only find out all about it and be first to hear about it on Monday's episode. Now, the reason why I say that is we've actually already recorded tomorrow's episode, which is paranormal activity, like, what do you call them, like a searcher?
Well, it just goes on ghost hunts.
Ghost hunts, yeah. He was awesome, old Davo. So that's going to be the episode that gets released tomorrow because we're both actually away. Jay took the day off, so I did too, much like Bert and Ernie do on Sesame Street.
Yeah, I'm going to be skedaddling down a mountain.
I'm going to be trying to buy a house and probably failing miserably and then starting to look at caravans to park at the local caravan park, but either way.
Do you like dogs?
Have a great rest of your day. Like I said, link below in the episode description to subscribe. And then, what's the other thing? Oh, we're on YouTube. Some of you might be watching this, and there's another announcement as far as video coming on Monday as well. Bit on it, moment.
Yeah, it is. It's quite exciting. There's a lot of really cool shit that's going to happen before the end of the year.
Runs on the board, you know?
Yeah. For those people that have been subscribing, we always said that we wanted to reward the support, and it's one thing to have us in your ears, it's another thing to have these conversations face to face. That's all we'll say.
Yeah, and subscribing is literally the best way that you can support us to continue to make this. Obviously there's people that work in behind the scenes and people need to be paid and all the rest of it, so that's 100% the best way to support the team to keep these crook yarns fucking going. Tennis ball, you beauty. Have a great rest of your day. Go well, go long.
Up the wires.